What do you think, T-Man?
Yeah.
Climb it?
Yeah. We could do it.
We can do it. All right. So we are going to climb to the top of Barnwell Mountain.
Oh, you're taking the worst side of it.
You think this is the worst side? I think the other side is the worst side, bud. Hey gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey, and this is the reigning truck of Texas as voted on by the Texas Auto Writers Association. This is the 2025 Toyota Tacoma in the Trailhunter trim. I am at my favorite place just outside of Gilmer, Texas, called Barnwell Mountain Recreation Area, where I am going to put the trim, the name of this trim, to the test. I'm going to go out and hunt some trails. Before we actually hunt some trails in our Trail Hunter, I want to talk about some of the unique things of this pickup truck. You may notice under the Heritage Toyota there in the grill, we have an LED light bar that comes on when your brights are on. And then we have our dual color rigid branded fog lights up front. Those are unique to this Trail Hunter trim. That helps you explore and hunt trails in the dark without destroying the light pollution, which is really big here in Texas, especially as you go west Texas. But we have this bronze metallic paint on this one, our bronze wheels, and this is gonna look good covered in some of this good old East Texas red iron ore dirt here. But yes, bronze Heritage Toyota, our LED light bar, LED rigid fog lights, and then lots of underbody protection up here with an improved approach angle, really making this a great off-roader. But let's take you around the side. There's a lot to talk about on this Trail Hunter. Yes, I cannot wait to get this bronze oxide metallic paint a little bit dirty with all this red iron ore. And you can see now the bronze wheels that we have on our tester that really echo all the bronze accents we see throughout here on our Trail Hunter. Now you may notice something a little bit special about this one as we come around to the side. I actually have a 6-foot bed. This and the Nissan Frontier are the only pickup trucks in the segment that you can opt for different bed sizes. Everybody else has gone crew cab only, short bed only. So the fact that we get a 6-foot bed here is a game changer, but is something that the best seller in the segment, I think, is required to offer. You can see, in addition to all the LEDs we talked about up front, we have those LED turn signals that are sequential, which I really like. Behind all the lights, we do have that 323 horsepower, 465 pound-foot of torque, 2.4 liter iForce MAX Turbocharged inline-4 Hybrid Powertrain. Yes, this is a hybrid. The V6 is gone. 8-speed automatic transmission, 2-speed transfer case, all kinds of traction. But the big story here are all of the suspension components on this particular model. We get Old Man Emu forged monotube piston shocks up front here, and our double-wishbone front suspension is branded Trail Hunter. Again, more bronze accents to go with all the accents throughout on this one. Now, unfortunately, all of our off-road dimensions that I could find online related to the TRD Pro, but this one isn't too far off of that, though this one does have the 6-foot long bed, so our breakover might change a little bit. But the approach, 35.7 degrees, breakover 27.4, departure 25.3, 11.5 inches of ground clearance, and a 145.1 inch wheelbase. Our particular model can tow up to 5,950 pounds. Some other goodies we get here on the Trail Hunter, you may have already noticed them. We get some frame-mounted rock rails, which are a very nice upgrade. They give us some extra clearance without having to worry about bending, damaging our body side. If we could look underneath just a little bit better, we have a lot of steel components protecting the underbody of the vehicle. We have a steel front skid plate, steel transfer case protector, steel rear differential protector, but interestingly, a composite fuel tank protector. Very interesting why they did not go with steel protecting that fuel tank. And then you can see here, yes, we get 33-inch tall Goodyear Wrangler Territory RT tires there, 265/70 R18s wrapped around those 18-inch bronze wheels. We get a full-size spare underneath the back here. We get an ARB Trailhunter specific rear bumper. It is a steel rear bumper. You can see we get those ARB red painted recovery hooks. You can see we also get these high lift jack points next to each of those recovery hooks. So that is a very cool option. Something that in a terrain such as this, where you may be in a predicament such as this, where you've got some articulation going, yeah, you're gonna need a high lift jack. And then back here in the back, you can see those ARB reservoir shocks back here in the back. Now, I do have it on good authority from Toyota that when they partnered with both ARB and Old Man Emu, they did have to work with both companies to make sure they were up to the capacity standards that Toyota expected to sell of these vehicles. So they did invest in these companies to help get their manufacturing processes up to par. One last Trailhunter specific thing I want to talk about is the fact that we have a 1-inch front and a 1/2-inch rear lift. That, in conjunction with those 33-inch tall tires and all those aftermarket accessories on the suspension, should make this pretty fun when hunting trails, which now I do believe that's what it's time to do. So the first thing we're going to do is test out the articulation that this truck is capable of. We do have a disconnecting front stabilizer bar and lots of wheel travel in this truck. I am currently in 4 high, so my turning radius, which is already compromised by the fact that I have a 6-foot bed back behind me, is even more so. One thing I really like of this pickup truck are the cameras. When I put it in 4 low, I've got even better off-road cameras. But here at low speeds, they're doing exactly what I need in 4 high, which is helping me make sure I don't fall off that cliff right to my left. But you can see here, we've got lots of good articulation from the suspension. Old Man Emu doing his job up front. I do have a locking rear differential in this one, electronic locking rear diff, which I'm going to go ahead and push that button to lock it up, because I do believe when I get up here, we're going to get into some pretty gnarly stuff. I'm going to be in need of traction from both sides, because yeah, this gets pretty wicked very quickly over here. Oh boy, let's not fall off. Oh boy. Yep, and there we go. So very impressive articulation here in the Trailhunter. When it is time to take a break from hunting trails, you can see we do have some further accessories back here. Some ARB mounting points back on the bed. We have some exterior LED lighting that does light up the perimeter of your Trailhunter Tacoma quite nicely. So when you are overlanding, when you're camping out in the wilderness, where the sky is the only thing lighting your way, it's good to know Toyota has built in a few additional LED lights to light up the perimeter around your Tacoma. Pretty cool little trick. All right, so I had to pick up a stranger out on the trail. Tucker actually filmed that exterior portion you just saw, but we're not done exploring and hunting trails here in our Trailhunter, are we?
No.
Yeah, so we are going to explore around Barnwell Mountain just a little bit more. I am still in 4 high. We have the front stabilizer bar disconnected, and that is it. So we're going to see exactly what this thing is capable of. We've got 11.5 inches of ground clearance. We've got all that articulation that I just showed you, and we've got those 33-inch tall tires. So this thing is quite the capable pickup truck. But since you're in the back seat there, how's the back seat space, Tucker?
It's kind of cramped, but it's pretty fun back here if you count the riding.
Yeah, it is a little on the tight spot, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's fine.
All right, now y'all can't see them on camera, but I do have 360 cameras on this pickup truck with this 14-inch screen here in front of me, giving me a good view outside what's around me. Now, unfortunately, cameras like this do basically flatten out the terrain. It's really hard to tell just how jagged everything is when looking at it on one of these cameras. So that is just something to be aware of. You really do have to be aware of your surroundings. Now, I will go ahead and say I did not air down. We're still at highway tire pressure in this pickup truck. But another thing that makes the Trailhunter so special is we have a built-in air compressor. So I could air down if I wanted to and get some additional traction from lower air pressure in these Goodyear Wrangler tires that are propelling us forward. Now, there are a bunch of different paths I can take up front here, but again, with that 6-foot-long bed and the fact that I'm in 4-wheel drive, my turning radius is a bit compromised. So we're strategically picking the paths on which we attempt to climb in this one, but I know that this Trailhunter is quite capable of practically everything I can throw at it out here. I am a little concerned of our breakover with that elongated wheelbase from the long bed. This probably is not the trim I would spec, but I'm glad they offer it because it does give you more space for more gear in the back of your Tacoma. So that is a nice feature. Now, we're going to go back up where Tucker was filming me earlier, but we're going to take a slightly different line just because of how rutted out it is up here. Tucker, what are your thoughts as we go through some of this back there?
It was pretty cool. Like in my video, Tucker walking off-road, it was pretty cool walking on it, but it's pretty cool actually driving on it too.
Yeah, it's cool that that we're in something so capable that we can just point and shoot basically out here. I appreciate right now the improved front bumper on this one, giving me a better approach angle as I go kind of down into a well here. And now with the camera here in front of me, I'm very aware of my tire placement. I do not want to slide off this hill and completely wipe out here. This is probably not the way I should have gone. Oh my goodness. We got this. We got this. Hello, tree limb. All right. Boom. What do you think, T-Man?
That was pretty scary, but if you did tip over, I would be the first one to get knocked down.
You would have been, but I am very strategic not to tip us over. I would much rather touch a tree branch than to put us shiny side down. Now that we are out of that slow technical stuff, I'm actually going to put us over into too high and take off our disconnecting front stabilizer bar and give us a little bit more traction out here. And we're just going to put it in drive and see exactly what this 2.4 liter turbocharged hybrid is capable of. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. We are in some loose sand. I guess now would be a good time to talk about all of our different drive modes. I'm actually going to put it in sport, and somewhere around here I have traction control off, and there. Now we can have a little bit more fun with this powertrain.
Woo!
Yeah, there we go.
We could do donuts.
We could. We might do that here in a little bit. But the fact that you can put this in two-wheel drive, the fact that you've got that big, long 6-foot bed that has no weight in the back, and the fact that we've got over 400 pound-feet of torque means out here on this silty sand, it's very easy to step that back end out. But that's not all that we're doing as we're hunting trails out here, because you can see just as soon as it gets sandy, it gets very rocky out here, very jagged. Iron ore is what we've got out here.
Yes, and you could also see that in the video I filmed today out here in Barnwell too.
Yes, Tucker's got a video on his channel where you can see just how rocky it is out here.
Yes, and I taught you the special rule, and I will teach you the special rules about it. that you need to know walking.
Now this is our mud pit, but no mud. Unfortunately, it is all dried up. It's been a while since we've gotten rain here in East Texas. So sadly, I will not be getting this thing muddy today. Even my smaller shaded mud pit is all empty. But what do you say? Do you want to jump this thing, Tucker?
Sir.
All right, we're going to see what this thing's like. Getting just a little bit of airborne. Oh, ready, set, here we go. And whee! Yep. It's a little nose heavy. I don't think I was carrying enough speed. But yeah.
But we can try it again.
No, we're not going to try it again. The back end definitely did get airborne back there. I could feel that, but the front end needed to carry a little more speed into there. But again, this thing is called the Trailhunter. There are so many different trails out here to explore, and you can see just how quickly the terrain changes underneath us here at Barnwell Mountain. It can go from a little loose sand, which we're in right now, and we're making the most use of that high mountain external air intake on the A-pillar next to the windshield, and then it can just as quickly turn into rocks. It can turn into washouts. And I can tell you, even though I've got traction control turned off right now, it is still stepping in on me a little bit and cutting power. Maybe it turned back on. Let's see, now traction control off. We'll see if it turns back on me. But yes, I will say the old man emu shocks in this, the ARB components, all of which are making it quite bearable out here. Even though we're going over some terribly rough stuff, it isn't beating us up. How's the ride back there for you?
It's good.
Yeah, no complaints?
Nope.
Now, one of my favorite things about mid-size pickup trucks out here, especially, is just how maneuverable they are down some of my favorite trails. Tucker, do you know what trail we're on right now?
Trying to think of its name.
It rhymes.
What?
Linda Gale.
Linda Gale?
Linda Gale Trail. Yep, so we are on the Linda Gale Trail. Now, the last time I brought a Tundra out here, I was complaining about just how big it was. Same with the last time I brought a Sequoia out here. And I had a Sequoia TRD Pro make me quite angry because not only was it big, but its off-road dimensions, most notably its approach angle, were just too shallow to really do any of the obstacles out here. In fact, I had to choose alternate routes just to go through some fairly basic trails out here. Now, this Trailhunter is not quite the TRD Pro. It slots in beside, right underneath the TRD Pro, but it is a new trim for this new body style, and I really like it. I think this is the one I would spec. I think just maybe with a 5-foot bed. Again, I don't need the 6-foot bed. I get it. People overlanding who do this more than one weekend a year could definitely take advantage of that 6-foot bed. But I just don't see it as a necessity for me, for my lifestyle. I make it out here whenever I've got a fun vehicle, but even when we owned our Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk, we only really brought it out here, I think, twice in 7 years of ownership. So that tells you just how much I get to off-road my personal vehicles.
Whoa.
These trails are so narrow. And again, talking about off-road pickup trucks, mid-sized trucks are really where it's at for me, for my lifestyle. If you're doing a full-size, like an F-150 Raptor R or the new RHO for Ram, they could be fun out here. They're definitely good at slow technical stuff. The RHO for sure, with all of its wheel travel and suspension and that. But it's just so big when it gets out into these narrow trails. So that is something that has always been a concern of me with full-size pickup trucks, is just how maneuverable are they in my environment. And that's why I like mid-size pickup trucks as much as I do. Oh no.
What?
I don't know. I don't know if
Go.
we're going to be able to make it.
Go for it.
I appreciate your enthusiasm, Tucker. But
Oh, looks like mud there.
I'm going to get outside and take a look at it. Oh, we're on top of a rock right now. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Daddy. Oh, no. I can take a drink. So how was your day?
Just to get my good cameras.
It was good. Huh? Yeah. Watching TV today? Yes, I am. Watching you.
All right. I do think it can make it, but I need better cameras. So what we're going to do is put it in 4 low. Now that we're in 4 low, we have our better cameras. We have our front corners, so I can see where my wheels are pointed. I've got my pitch and roll here, and I've got my full front view. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect that front stabilizer bar. I get an indicator up front, and I am going to move my seat forward and up just so I can see better over the hood myself. I have better control of my throttle and brake modulation. So I am a little concerned that I don't have a spotter outside the vehicle, but I do believe from my quick external look of the situation, we should be good. As we dip in, dip. There's a bottom to the trail somewhere. We should start coming up. There we go. There we go.
There we go.
Now, that little creek is much easier to navigate if you have eyes outside the vehicle, but being in 4 low, again, I've got better eyes inside the vehicle. And that little creek is also what kept the TRD Pro Sequoia from getting back here to some of the stuff that Tucker and I are about to explore back here in the woods of Barnwell Mountain. Now, I am going to go ahead and leave it in 4 low because we are doing slow technical stuff, which having more traction at a low RPM is very good at doing. And again, having the additional cameras, I really wish Toyota gave us this off-road camera system in 4 high at least. I get it, they don't want you like staring at it while you're driving down the highway. They want it to be off-road use only. I get it, but it's like they're holding out on you until you put it into 4 low, and it's just, I don't know, it's a little bit too little too late for me in some situations. I wish this truck is capable enough in 4 high that I wish we could have access to these cameras, these views in 4 high. Now, you may have noticed, yes, I am taking the bailout trail officially here just because, again, I do not have spotter eyeballs outside the pickup truck, and the whole area out here has gotten so washed out lately that the last time I was out here and even tried that trail, I was in a Jeep Gladiator Rubicon, and I think I even backed out on that one just because of the breakover. Yeah, it is well rutted out. Looking at it from the top side, there's no way I could have done it. Just the articulate, I would have needed like 44-inch tall tires to get through there. It was just too deep of a rut. I would have drug my underbody protection on that. So this truck is capable, but when ruts are the problem, there's only so much you can do there. Now, you could put bigger wheels and tires on this. As I said, I haven't even aired down. I'm doing all of this at highway air pressure, which is saying quite a bit about the capability of this. The tires are good and capable. They would be even more so aired down to some off-road pressures, but very impressed with what this is able to take me through. Now we are not going to take the bailout trail, I don't think. Again, the last time I did this, I was in a Jeep Gladiator Rubicon, but yeah, I think we're going to go the hard way. Tucker, you see what's ahead of us?
Ah.
This trail, this path is cut out from the ground around us. It is quite menacing. My goodness. We literally have ground on our left and right, and this would be a good time to talk about crawl control. So I can actually let the vehicle do this all by itself. I am off the brake. The truck is modulating my speed, and I can adjust the speed with this dial that is also my drive controller, my drive mode controller. And now all I really have to worry about is tire placement, while the vehicle keeps me at a steady downhill crawl speed. I'm gonna give us a little bit better angle there. What are you thinking, T-Man?
Oh, that looks scary.
Yeah, but the truck is doing all of this all by itself with the downhill assist. And I could go a little bit faster now that we're out of the worst part. We don't have ground over top of our heads. And yeah, we can bring it back up to, this is its fastest downhill speed. But yes, the truck did all of that. Can you believe that?
Nope.
I was just making sure we were going in the right direction. Now, this crawl control even works uphill as well. So I still am not on the throttle, though as we get out to this open area, it is going to be just a little bit too slow. So back on the throttle myself. And yes, very impressed with some of the technologies that Toyota has put in this Trailhunter.
Woo, it's awesome.
Yes, it is, T-Man. We've got some more rocky stuff up here. We've got some off-camber stuff. The real thing is, I love coming out here because it is a real off-road park. It gets used and weathered. It changes from every time I come out here, just from the weather alone, but also other off-road enthusiasts coming out here and exploring as well. So you're never quite sure, even though I've pre-run this trail a lot in a lot of different vehicles, it's always just a little bit different every time I come out here. And you can see just how quickly the terrain changes. No more are we in the iron ore, we're in the sand and woods, and then coming around this corner, back to iron ore. So we've got a lot of different terrain changes out here just on this one trail alone. I don't think we are officially on the Linda Gale Trail anymore. I do believe we've switched somewhere back after that ravine when we went down and through that little creek that I said kept the Sequoia TRD Pro from venturing any further. But yes.
Wow, I think we've gone pretty deep into forest now.
We have. Now, another complaint I have with Toyota and their cameras are, you may have noticed this one went away at a certain speed. I think it's like 7, 8, 9 miles per hour. You get going too fast and your cameras go away. Now, that doesn't mean I don't still need my cameras. I do. It's just the Toyota lawyers said, no camera for me at this particular moment. What do you think, T-Man? Do we climb it?
Yeah. We could do it.
We can do it. All right. So we are going to climb to the top of Barnwell Mountain.
Oh, you're taking the worst side of it.
You think this is the worst side? I think the other side is the worst side, bud. Too many ruts going that way. But you can see tons of rocks. Ugh.
And they're loose rocks,
Yeah.
so that's why I say it's the worst one.
You just have to be strategic. It's a good reason why, even though I could probably do this in two-wheel drive, it's why I'm in 4-low, making the most of the traction, given the ground underneath me could shift and change at any moment. Oh boy.
I didn't know it would get this rough. Did you?
No. All right, good thing we're still in 4 low. We've got maximum traction. I'm watching the cameras to make sure my tire placement stays good. Climb that little rock face.
Why?
What do you think, T-Man?
I'm just glad we're not facing the sky,
Yeah, me too.
because that would be really steep. I don't think we would be able to make it up.
Yeah.
It would just be a giant wall.
Yeah, I kind of feel like we're facing the sky right now.
Yeah,
But
it kind of feels like we're climbing a wall.
I am very grateful for my cameras that make my tire placement just that much easier.
Wow,
And
wow, we're so high right now.
We
It feels
are.
like we're at the top of Barnwell Mountain.
We are at the top of Barnwell Mountain. How cool is that? But now, what goes up
Goes down.
must come down. So now we've got to get back down Barnwell Mountain.
Uh-oh.
And that's where crawl control comes back in handy. We are going to put it at one of its slower speeds, and I'm going to let it do its thing while watching my tire placement. I am very thankful for downhill crawl control.
Crawl control. It's kind of rough. Right?
Yep, it's figuring it out.
There we go. It's crawl control figuring it out now.
Yep.
Oh. Oh my.
We got this. We got this.
I know.
It's all downhill from here, T-Man.
Wow.
Can you believe it?
No. But when are we going to do those donuts that you said we would do?
Maybe before we leave, bud.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about high centering it here.
Oh, this was a very bad idea. But I can't believe we made it to the top of Barnwell Mountain.
Yep.
We've never been up there.
I know. We actually have.
We have?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, this is steep. We got it, right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Another thing, I've got my pitch and roll here on the screen in front of me, but it's a little hard to tell exactly what degree I am pointed down right now. Other off-road vehicles I've been in have given you a better readout, showing you exactly how steep of an incline you are traversing.
And straightening it out. There we go. It's perfect.
Yeah, what do you think, bud?
Yeah.
All right. So that is the Tacoma, and that is the hill we just came down, allowing the truck to do all the work itself in that downhill crawl mode, which is very impressive, just what this truck is capable of. Oh boy.
What?
I parked on such a big hill. I can't get in.
That wasn't a good idea.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh.
What are you thinking, T-Man? Talk me through back there.
This is a little bumpy. Uh-oh. We're going up?
We're gonna take, what do you
Wait.
think, the left or the right trail, bud?
I think I know where we're going. I think I know where we are now.
Yeah, what do you think, left or right trail?
Left.
Left? All right, let's go. I've got it in crawl. It's gonna go up the left trail. Nope. The top of the trail is too much.
All right. Guess the right one?
Yep. Yeah, the top of the left trail is just a little too rocky for me to attempt without a spotter. So again, we're gonna let the truck take over the throttle, and I am just gonna watch my cameras and the road, the path, the trail in front of me to make sure I don't put us in a precarious situation. Oh boy, we've got some big rocks even up here in front of us now. My goodness. People are putting rocks everywhere up here.
Rocks?
Yeah.
People?
Oh yeah. If we'd gone up that way, we would have gotten into trouble at the very top.
Why?
It had some steep or sharp rock faces that we would have had to climb up. But here, not so bad, not so bad. Still letting the truck figure it out and do it itself.
Yep. I knew what... Wait, what? This... I thought we were in a different place.
No, we're basically back at the front of Barnwell.
Bro! Now where are we gonna do donuts?
Back inside the park a little bit. But first we gotta get out of this situation that we're on right now.
Maybe we should just do the trail we just did all backwards again?
I don't think we're doing that trail all backwards again. But we are gonna get up and out of here using crawl control. Look at, truck's doing it all. I don't need to do it. I'm just here for the ride. What do you think?
That's pretty cool.
All right, we're gonna turn that back off. What do you think, D-Man?
This is great. Oh, but all I can see is dirt.
Yep.
It's like a cloud of dirt. Are you sure you can drive it all day?
No, I'm gonna wait for it to settle. And on that note, if you want to see more from this pickup truck, a full tour of it from me, a full tour of it from our family, including Holly behind the wheel here, Tucker back there in his child safety seat. I'll even put in his child safety seat. Be sure and hit the subscribe down below. Ring the bell so you're notified when new videos drop. Go check out his channel. He's referenced a bunch in this video at Tucker's Talk, all one word. You can find all things GT Garage Talk at GT Garage Talk, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, everything at GT Garage Talk, or you can go to gtgaragetalk.com. But as for me and Tucker behind the wheel of the 2025 reigning truck of Texas, the 2025 Toyota Tacoma Trailhunter. Till next time, gearheads. Bye.